Okay, guys. Now, at the end of Chapter 2, page 25, there is, let me scroll down to 25, there is a tried out section, actually at the end of all of our chapters. Hopefully you've looked at some of the tried out questions and practiced in Python with Chapter 1. Let's scroll down to page 25 in Chapter 2, shall we? And there is a tried out exercise that I'd like you to do. And here it is. I would like you to, using variables, calculate the number of minutes in a week. See that here? Number of minutes in a week. Now, in order to do that, you have to know how many minutes are in what? An hour, right. Next, how many minutes are in, what's the next variable? Days. And then, how many days are in what? A week, in order to calculate this. Now, some may say, why not just multiply all those numbers together, 60 times 24 times 7, and not worry about the stupid variables? Well, the reason is they are what is part of the program. So days per week, hours per day, and minutes per hour. Or you can make up your own name. So I've actually done this for you. So let me show you what I've created. If you can see that, I'll zoom in a little bit. It's not going to look real clear, but I used min hour for minutes per hour equals 60 because 60 minutes are in an hour, right? And then HR day for hours in a day because there are 24 hours in a day, so that's why I use 24. And then the number 7, which is the days per week. Then I used the print command and then multiplied all three of my variables, because notice the value of, you're actually multiplying this value because it's connected or attached to this. 24 is attached to that. 7 is attached to that. You kind of have to look at it as an appendage or something that then gets glued to that variable. So these values are glued to it. And then when I simply hit the return key after print min hour times HR day times day WK or week, this is the number it gave me. 10,080 minutes are in a week. So that's done for you, but I'd like you to create your own variables to calculate the number of minutes in a week. But if you wanted to, you could stretch it out and do something different. You could calculate the number of hours in a month or the number of seconds in a week, and you would then have to create a different set of variables to do that, right? Right. Okay. So now let's move on to page 35 in Chapter 3. Now hopefully we have covered some of Chapter 3, enough for you to understand these, but this is one of the best exercises for the mathematical basic math section of Python, and it's to write a program to convert temperatures from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Now you can either use, I'm going to suggest to you that you actually use the editor, the Python text editor. So I would like for you to go open up your text editor, and I will open up my idle and go File, New Window. So here is mine, and I've actually created it for you, or created a version of one. So I want you to create your own, but if you can take a look at this, it's FAR for Fahrenheit. I gave Fahrenheit a number, 80 degrees. And then what we're trying to do is convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. So I just created this variable, FAR for Fahrenheit 2, and the number 2. Remember now, in Python you can actually put numbers inside your variable names. Just remember, you cannot start with a number. Okay, CEL for Celsius. But notice here, in the, move this over so we can see it. Okay, in the explanation of this problem, they've given you the formula. The formula for calculating Celsius and Fahrenheit, converting Fahrenheit to Celsius, is this. C, which obviously stands for Celsius, equals 5 divided by 9 times, and then this equation f minus 32. Now remember, we talked about the integer division gotcha problem. So remember, there's something you're going to have to do to either one or both of these integers in order for this to work. And I actually did that in mine. Notice what I did. So you can tell here, I converted it to a floating point or a decimal. So I would like for you to calculate that, create a program to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius using this formula. We'll practice this in class. Feel free to email me if you have any questions, but this will be a very good exercise for you to get used to using variables and writing programs in the editor. Okay, that's it. We're going to move on to Chapter 4 next.